Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, and hey guys, it's Survivor Gaming, where the motto is good gaming gone bad. And welcome to what should be the last episode of Arcade Spirits. I think we're on like at the end episode, if I'm correct. Yep, we're on episode 8, Kill Screen. We're on the last episode of Arcade Spirits, so we're gonna push on through and beat it. Alright, so let's get to... Yep. Okay, we're good. I fixed it. Alright, we had to do a quick jump because of that, but... So, when we last left off, we got shot. Basically, just as we got shot. But we are finally hitting the last episode of the game, which is Kill Screen. Let's go right on in. Alright. Whew, let's do this. This game always makes me sad. But once we beat this, we'll be jumping right into New Challenger. So I'm excited to do New Challenger. I've been waiting. For me, New Challenger is going to be fun. Level 8, Kill Screen. Okay. It is a distant future year. It is a distant future year 20. And oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20 plus 1 at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mired in depression and supposed family curse, and lifted up by amazing time and funplex, slammed back down by Deoc Nami, raised up again by Retro Game Fun Project, and now descending further due to a series of bad coincidences, culminating in a Pier 6 brawl in which I got shot. But today, I'm back to Retro Game Fun, and ready to work, despite being on crutches. Normally, I have to mentally filter out the beeps and boops of the busy arcade, but not today. Aside from regulars, nobody's there. Not exactly decided I wanted to see how my grand return after heroically taking a bullet to the leg. We're 3 days into the ambitious experiment, and it's already looking like a bust. With a reprieve from Miss Defame, we couldn't hush the event up quite completely. The news of gang violence at a local arcade spread over social media like wildfire. Gavin had filled me in on all the details I missed while I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone, and the ghost monsters wiped out security footage on the way to the door. No arrests made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side, Sue and her ghost monsters apparently never came back. But even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to smash our reputation. It's just so frustrating. I mean, come on. We've had a single lousy day, and that's enough to send the masses running and screaming. Talk about overkill. It's frustrating to see all this amazing fun on display, and nobody enjoying it. These games yearn for quarters. They are hungry, and we must be fed. I don't honestly know how we can recover from this. If we could only get a good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the ticket desk with my crutches propped up nearby, light duty only for a week minimum, doctor's order, I try to mentally disentangle this mess. Hey Iris, are we? Yes, we are still trending negatively on social media, like the last 7 times you've asked. Any luck with our security camera footage then? Anything that we could give to the police? It might help our public image to have someone to point blame at. Nope, it's totally wiped, and my fire recovery system failed. I guess that's to be expected when going against cyber criminals. Like they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the word ghost monster in any of the articles I found about the attack. It's like, they're ghosts. Well, not literally ghosts. I just mean like they clean their tracks very effectively. Yeah, got that. We did see them in corporeal form, remember. At least the whole mess seems to be behind us. Now we can just dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily as the burn sinks into my lungs. And before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone pocket in before seeing who it is. Hello, Albert. Good to see you up and about. But hardly about. I'll probably be glued to this stool for all day long. Yes, well, it beats an alternative, doesn't it? Plus, you got a nice view of the whole arcade. Although a bit quiet in here today, isn't it? Yeah, I know, but we can turn this around. I know we can turn this around. Right, well, I don't mean to be a bother, but I wanted to talk to you about our financial situation, seeing as I'm the bankroll in this affair and such. As soon as he mentions money, my chest tightens as I expect the worst. It's not an unreasonable thing to bring up, but I can't deal with more. But can I deal with more bad news? I may have more than my fair share of wealth, but it's not bottomless. Honestly, you could see the bottom even before I put my stake into retro game fun. Gavin and I have been going over the spreadsheets at our current rate. Well, I'm afraid we've only have so much padding before we can start considering options. Options like selling. I didn't want to, believe me, but there's going to be a breaking point when we need to consider pulling out before our initial investment can't be recovered. If only to ensure everybody involved in this affair doesn't go bankrupt. The night my stomach turns, the idea of completely draining Percy's financials. Well, his plan for that money was to turn it over to charity upon his death. And here I convinced him to invest in my boondoggle of an arcade in the twilight years of his life. Something of a good thought, isn't it? But let's not drill on the negative, shall we? No point in giving up the fight so soon after it began. What we need is a plan for how we turn these ill fortunes around. What's our next steps? Next steps? I can barely take a step with these crutches. Honestly, I'm not sure what we do next. I need time to think. By all means, think away. And if all else fails, well, at least you've still got your health. Hold that thought. We've got a customer. Hello, welcome to... Good morning. I think I'll be moving along now. Moopy to play and all. Remember your health, Albert, and try to avoid stress in the next few minutes. I stood there in silence and shock. I tried telling myself this is such a bad fever dream from my wound, but no, such luck. It was 100% real. I watched as Deco takes a look around the arcade, his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrow arch and he takes notes of the people, or rather lack of people, playing games. Can't say I'm surprised in the slightest. Why would anyone come to such a mediocre arcade when the premier Deco's Palace experience is available to them? I estimate you have maybe a month at best before you close down. I'm looking forward to purchasing this land. Maybe I'll make it a fun zone. Or just a parking lot. Yes, a parking lot. I shall call it the McFealty Memorial Parking Lot. It will be a tribute. It'll be a fitting tribute. I'm not dead yet. You opened your arcade in the middle of a gang territory. It's a reasonable assumption you'll collect a few more bullets along the way. Nope, I can't handle this. Not today. What do you want, Mr. Nami? If you need tokens, the change machine's over there. Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not particularly interested in your surprisingly cheap prizes. I can't see how you expect to turn a profit with such a ticket-to-prize ratio in effect. You can go fuck off and write a cock to next week, bitch. Go to hell. You are both. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If you don't agree to my terms, I will stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
You can go fuck yourself. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Okay, obviously I want to say no to this fabulous offer. But at what point do I cut my losses? Miss Francine believed in dreams, but she also believed in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so that I have something to resemble in the future? No! Fuck off! Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously, I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? No. Now get the fuck out of my arcade. No, 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 and no. No, and no, and no. So, if that's the only reason you're here, well, you're not paying customer, are you? Would you kindly get out of my arcade before I call the police? I see. So you remain a foolish child at heart. So be it. I guess I'll have to settle for buying the burnout husk of your business, which just ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage being associated with the criminal element can do, Mr. McFealty. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Oh, and I doubt the ghost monsters may have forgotten you. They will return, and they will make matters far worse for you. And immediately I take notice. Play cool, play cool. Don't let on, just test the waters. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought the game was called Lovely Chainsaw or something. Yes, ghost monsters, sadly. They insist on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference of all the childish immature. He shakes it up quickly enough, refocusing himself. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'll not see you again, Mr. McFealty. I'll let my lawyers handle purchasing what little will remain of you. Good day. Once he's out of earshot and well beyond the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Irish, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Oh yes, I analyzed them all. Did you need me to pull up a specific one? Just confirm something to me. The ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yes, it seems two friends are good covering their tracks. Why? This is it. This is the chance we need. Immediately, it's slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Wake driven conspiracy. I forgot. I love the wake driven conspiracies. Message everyone. I'm calling another wake driven conspiracy. Oh, you're all fired up. Okay, message set. I need everyone's help to fill the gaping holes in my plan. But at least for now, I have a plan. It's time for one last effort to set retro game fun. Bring it, new. Packing everybody in the employee break room proved tricky. Standing room only, elbow to elbow, but somehow we managed it. Hi everyone. I glad I could be here for this, whatever this is. Thanks for coming, Jennifer. This was it. This is where we make our last stand. I looked around the room for everyone and all my friends and nodded at each other differently. Okay, I know things are rough, but I've got it. Let's say a good 60 to 80% of the plan for how we can turn things around. Like, we can all agree what happened wasn't our fault. Yes, someone else screwed us over. Every problem we faced could be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and the little chainsaws may be to blame, but the court of public opinion puts blame on squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep customers away. It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children somewhere that's known for being dangerous. Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Deoc Nami. Pardon? Deoc Nami? I don't follow. Yes, I'm rather miffed over what happened with Finflix, but you're hardly to blame for our current wounds, right? Earlier when he was taunting me, he slipped, mentioning the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers kept their noses clean. They left us with no proof that they were even involved, thanks to our security cameras being wiped. The cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them. So, how did Deco know about them? Answer. Deco hired ghost monsters to ruin our opening day. What? Seriously? Ah, in hindsight, it should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise, and the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Mr. Fame showed up to bear witness. I can see what you're throwing down, Albert. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde. They were very nice and friendly. And then Mr. Fame showed up and... Oh my gosh! Wait, do you think Mr. Fame is involved? Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved. But Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage. But you don't think Deco would stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us, would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he tried to ruin our opening day. The only reason he destroyed Miss Francine was out of some weird sort of gentlemanly respect for a fellow elder business owner. But to Deoc Nami, Albert is basically pawn scum. Thanks? To be fair, I doubt he orchestrated the bullet-riddled final of the evening. That pushes plausibility. True, he wouldn't have needed a shooting to ruin us. The negative reviews alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with a gang would have been awful. If Mr. Fane reported us as a hotbed for teenage chaos, a living reenactment of Lord of the Flies, it spelled doom even without bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held back her review. The problem is, we have no proof of this, do we? No way to tie Deco back to the ghost monsters other than him slipping up and mentioning them to Albert. I doubt he ever admitted this on record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, although there's our eyewitness testimony, which should be enough to warrant some investigation. But for some reason, it doesn't seem to be enough for the police. I know a few of the local cops and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly. Which admittedly doesn't help us clearing our name. And it's too much to hope that Deco simply confesses to orchestrating the incident which ruined us. Ugh, the slave bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to. As amusing as that would be, I would suggest, love, we need to smart about this and undermine him rather than take the direct approach. You mentioned most of the plan of it. How to evaluate? Well, if Deco won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchman to flip on him. See, I sensed some tension from Deco about the ghost monsters. He called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and confess to their crimes. Once the media hears it from Sue herself, the incident was all thanks to Deco's scheming. It'll clear the good name of Retro Game Fun. This plan is foolproof. I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Don't everybody congratulate me all at once now. Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan kind of sucks. You want us to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find, and then ask them to completely betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money. Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Albert. That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us. Deco and Sue. I'm confident that if I can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason. It's true, Albert was willing to give them another chance and hear out their side of things before. So it really seems like Retro Game Fun? If there's some disagreement between her and Deco about our arcade, that could be why. Exactly, I think I can get through to her if I try. This hinges on our ability to find Sue. Find an unfindable bunch of ghosts once Iris can't even track down, and that's where you all come in. All options on the table. I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deco's hired goons. Let's fill out the other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest of hopes, the narrowest of margins, and I'm asking them to follow me on a hunch. But I know this can be done. I know I can get Sue to give us the dirt we need to clear our name. Heck, some days it feels like all I do is talk my way through problems. And that's my own special skill. I'm going to rely on it for this final conflict. Now, if we could find her, for that I need their help. And that means I need to motivate them, like a true leader would. Let's think outside the box. Way outside. No idea is too wacky for me. Show up at Sue's doorstep claiming to be from the sweepstake, and she already be a winner? Sure, why not? Find a radioactive spider to bite us so we can tie criminals up just like flies? Sounds good here. Elaborate heist sequence requiring a herd of elephants, 2 blimps, and a 48 feet of lubricated rubber tubing? Absolutely. Between all of us putting our heads together, we've got enough brain cells to light up Chicago. We can do this. We can do this. Who's with me? You got Moxie, kid. I'm in. Well, you only live once. Suppose I'll contribute what I can. Now we're talking. The wildest dancers are always the hottest. Everyone nods in agreement, and I can even see some smiles start to appear while we're on board. Now just to determine how to plan. Decision: finding the ghost monsters. Okay. At risk of stating the obvious, we don't want to talk to police about this. They've proven unhelpful so far. If we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we may be able to gain information we need. And this would be I think this would be a reasonably steady course of action. I'm not certain about showing up and just asking them to open their files to us, but you're correct. The police would have the information we need. Except cybercrime is a sticky situation. You have to control leaks, and they're looking at the ghost monster. Then we'll just tell us outright. The key is talking to the right people. I know most of the cops at Ben and Matt's Donut Shop by name, and I know one friendly officer that'll help us. Why get the cops involved? We already know someone who's got an axe to grind against Sue and her buddies, or rather a chainsaw. That's right, Queen Bee. We can ask the lovely chainsaw gang. Ooh. That'll be easier to find, and would probably be thrilled to divulge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. Or they'll carve us up with a switchblade. Could go either way. I'll admit it's super gutsy move, but if we pull it off, we don't involve all the authorities at all. This whole situation's a bit sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers, no thank you, although the alternative I'm about to suggest may be a little stickier still. Albert, first met the ghost monsters at Deco's palace. Yes, they're regulars there. So if we investigate Deco's palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates, if we can find a good friend of hers, that make them understand why we need to speak with Sue. We've already somewhat good terms with Sue, thanks to Albert remaining diplomatic about all this. We should keep that going. I'm pretty sure if I showed my face at Deco's palace, I'd get mashed into face by his private security guards. But my face wouldn't. Deco doesn't know me. I was Funplex adjacent rather than a Funplex regular. I don't think last time I said Deco Plus was years ago, so I could wander freely with Juniper. Yeah, we could slip in and ask around without Sue, without anybody noticing. I'd say this kindly strategy is an also appeal to those who know her. What could be more cordial? If she's got a single friend in that place, we'll find them. It's a daring mission, Albert, in enemy territory, but for you, I'll do it. What you're looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. I mean, well, you could try Googling for accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris already tried that. Iris? Yep, I even Yahoo, Bing, Alta Vista, and Web Crawler. I have no idea what half of those are. Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I mean checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She may have an account there. I've been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socializing a bit more on my own terms. She got to be lurking in one of those places. Oh, wait, I know! If we can passively search for her, we can actively call her out. As much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. If we taught the Ghost Monster Online, well, I'm positive Sue... I'm positive Sue's the sort of person who looks herself up constantly, right? Of course, and with my help, we can establish fake accounts to spread the message so far wide that you can't miss it. I suggest we use public internet access point to keep it from being traced back to retro game fun, though. Oh, road trip! Road trip! I can tell from Gavin once again that he's not a fan, but he's not a fan of Iris in general, so... I like this plan, Miss Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it just might work. Well, I did say I wanted options. If all the cops are after all, some of the shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking the rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Deca's palace. So is... Okay, posting a few troll messages isn't that risky given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and nurture them for advertising dollars, but it could annoy Sue. What's the best path forward? Before I decide, Juniper raised his hand. Oh, they sound great, but... Albert, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving you do, the more likely you'll be healed nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around chasing rumors about the ghost monster city. I'm just on crutches. I'm not on iron lung or anything. I'm still mobile. Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? But I have a solution for this conundrum. It's simple and super effective. Let us do this for you. You let us tackle all the problems destroying the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one? Well, okay, but I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I get some good rest, so I'm ready for the night. Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, these are my friends and I trust them entirely, and I trust that each of them, these options will work for us getting what we want. So now the question is, which plan do I want to give my Albert seal of approval? Let's talk to Lily Chainsaws as Queen Bee and Ashley. If you want this to succeed, I need to keep on my partner's good side. If you want this to succeed, I think our best bet is to take bets on the Lily Chainsaws, appealing to Sue's rival. Maybe just get us the info we need. Ashley and Queen Bee, since you're both were the most excited about tussling with the rival gang, I'm putting you two in charge. Have you looked at us, kid? We're both intelligent, badass women. We'll be able to infiltrate their ranks. And easy. And we'll make them talk, one way or another. Preferably without violence. Oh yes, Albert. Oh yeah, Albert. I'll bring my prop weapons for intimidation purposes only. Don't even worry about it. You can totally count on us. I leave it in your capable hands then. And our fists. Ooh, cutscene time. I like how we jump to another character. Here we go. It's Ashley's time to shine. Albert entrusted this very important mission to us. It's up to me and Queen Bee to triumph against our foes. If we don't succeed, this will spell an end to retro game fun, as we know it. We can't let Albert down, and not just him, but everyone else too. I refuse. I refuse to lose. And Albert will be so proud of me. Heck, I'll be proud of me too, but I'll be happy to help him out in any way I can. Albert's already been such a help to me. It's the least I can do. We will do this. We will find Sue's hideout. I just hope we can find the Love Chainsaw's hideout first. This place is a strip mall of yesteryear. Most of these businesses have been empty for years, and people don't tend to linger in this area for too long. It's rather bleak, what with the boarded up windows and the closed signs. Another thing not in grayscale are various colorful graffiti tags covering the abandoned walls. But even though it feels like we're walking directly into a death trap, this just might be the coolest thing I'm about to do in my entire life. Hey Ash, you look a little too happy to be here. With that grin off your face. But we're about to sneak into Lovely Chainsaw's hangout spot, enter the game of wits and strength, and force them to devolve its dirt on their rival gang. What could be more awesome than that? Living to tell the tale. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Ash, truly, but we also have to keep our heads about us. I don't want either of us ending up in the hospital like our fearless leader, or worse. By the way, what's up with the prop women's back at the By the way, what was that about prop reference back at Retro Game Fun? I fling the duffel bag over my shoulder and gently place it on the ground. Oh! These are all past cosplays. I bought 10 of them. They're all different types, too. I doubt formed swords will help us against these super real guns, but what the hell? It'll help me project confidence. Queen Bee shuffles into my bag. Shuffles through my bag. I hope she's using the utmost care with them. I spent, I don't know, how many hours sanding, painting, gluing, molding each and every one of these? Eventually, she pulls out a battle axe. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, and cool, do I look real in this? The coolest. I grin wildly as Queen Bee poses with two-handed axe. Honestly, I don't think she could have even chosen a more appropriate weapon. It fits her perfectly. I take out the one rifle through my stash and pull out a magical girl wand from my Retro Game Fun mascot outfit. I'm here to represent. Arms bandishing, ready for action, I look around the strip mall. And I'm lost. So, now what? How are we supposed to do this? That new BFOD player I was chatting with told me that the lovely chainsaws typically hang out here during the day. Right, step 1 is complete. We're already here. What's step 2? You see the remains of that coffee shop Newbie informed me? Newbie informed me of the exact location where they meet up. Is this where they do illicit drugs, have fight clubs, drink themselves into a stupor? Probably nothing quite that Hollywood, but hey, who knows? Let's get this party started. There's no turning back now. Queen Bee starts marching to the direction of the hangout, and almost without hesitation, I grab her arm, making her stop in her tracks. She turns around, looking at me, a quizzical expression on her face. Hey, Queen Bee, if I don't make this out alive, please say Albert, I love him dearly, and... Let me stop you right there. First off, you're not gonna die. I won't let it happen. Plus, Albert would never forgive me if I let you perish. It's easy to see how much Albert truly cares for you. Really? I mean, he cares about me, but no matter how many times he tells me that he loves me, it's just hard to fathom it. Why is that? Albert means so much to me. Without him, I wouldn't be as accepting of myself, of who I am. I just adore him so much, and I can't imagine anyone, let alone Albert, loving me like that. Believe it, Ash. Albert believes in you just as much as you believe in him. And right now, he's putting his faith in us to pull through this here. You're right, Queen Bee. I always am! So let's do it! For Albert! For Albert! We smile at each other rather than bend on the head, sisters in arms. Right in the bend, we forgot the forgotten cogs that we usually see them. The lovely chainsaws. We don't even make another 2 feet closer before I have a gaggle of irate schoolgirls glaring us down. The one who claimed to be their leader back at Retro Game Fun steps forward, motioning for the rest to stay put while she does her introduction. Halt! Who goes there? I'm Ashley, and I'm one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, Queen Bee, professional badass, and Fist of Discomfort champion. We're from Retro Game Fun. Everyone around here calls me Mel. And what are you doing in my territory? There's a couple wayward girls lost their way home. We know exactly where we are, and we came to speak to you. Yeah, it's a shame, really. I'm not for casual conversation. The nurse looks her wrist and the 2 lackeys charge his weapons in hand. I hold up my fake staff, shaking. Queen Bee steps in front of me, tightly gripping her battle axe. We're after soon ghost monsters. We have a bone to pick with them. You know the one who took a pot shot at the one you took a pot shot at the other day? Mel's expression turns from grimace to grin. Zay, Nick, stop. Yes, Mel. After the ghost monsters, you say, those brats. Mel spit the taste of their rivals out of her mouth. Still thinks she runs this town, that a little band of credit card thieves and blackmailers have any really clout? If not for her muscle, she'd be nothing. She doesn't have the guts to do to me what I do to her. Guessing she learned on you, threaten and ruin. Typical poser. Exactly. They up our arcade. We want revenge. Yeah. Okay. Piqued my interest. Go on. The only problem is we don't know where they are. I know you ladies definitely want to get your hands on the ghost monsters, but can't due to your high profile. So I propose a temporary partnership. You tell us whose hideout is, we sneak in, take care of them for you, and they won't be bothering you after we're done with them. Fascinating. Mel looks down at her hand, examining her nails as if they were way more important and interesting than anything we have to say. Girls, I'm afraid you're going to have to sweeten that offer. If I tell you this information, I want something else, something to prove your loyalty to the lovely chainsaw. Apparently, we can't get the detail of the hideout without some sort of exchange. Oh gosh, we're in quite a pickle right now. I gotta think of something fast. What would Albert do in this situation? We'll owe you a favor in the future. Think, Ashley, think. We don't really have anything to offer, do we? At least not right now. You do us a solid right now. We owe you one in the future. Queen Bee pulled me aside and whispered in your ear. Do you think that's a good idea? Having to owe them a favor they can collect on? I whisper back. Unfortunately, there's not much else we can do or give them. I turn back to them with a pleading look. What do you say? Mel takes a moment to mull it over. It's like a 1,000-year wait. Wyatt. Oh no. 1,000-year Wyatt. I think that is a misspelling in the game. Either it's a glitch or it's a real bad misspelling. Like a 1,000-year Wyatt of silence. The thought of you two owing me a favor of my choosing, it tickles me. I accept. I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Phew! I wasn't sure that was going to work. How does Albert do this all the time? You two girls have thoroughly impressed me. It takes a lot of bravery to come here and face us. As I reveal my disbelief, Mel motions for her lackeys to come forward. Zay, what if I tell the girls where those wretched ghost monsters hang out? There's a warehouse on the edge of town owned by some corp called Nostalgia Commodities. You'll find them there.
Not bad.
Excellent. Thank you. I like both of you. You showed me guts and charisma, both qualities of lovely chainsaw specialize in. If you want to join our motley crew, you know where to find me. Before I can say anything, Creed Bean grabs a hold of my sleeve and pulls me to her side. I'm assuming they're all females. Or femboys. One of the two. We appreciate the offer, but we're good here. Suit yourself, ladies. Ah, but before you go, and because you've impressed me so, she flashes the most wicked grin and sends shivers down my spine. I'll let you in another another juicy bit of info, free of charge. Mel slaps both in Zay to stand at attention. Tell her, Nick. The one that chains loosens her grip on the woman before coming to my side, leaning over, and she whispers in my ear. And my eyes go wide.
Oh my gosh.
Consider it a parting gift. Now go. But seriously, if you don't get off my turf, I'll be forced to bash those pretty little skulls in. Well, I don't know where I nod quickly, and both Queen Bee and I hightail it out of here. Once we're out of earshot, we take another moment to compose ourselves. What was that about? What did she say? Oh, it's juicy. Real juicy. I'll fill you in once we're in the car and safely out of here. We actually did it. Now that I doubted us for a second, okay, maybe I did, but it was only for like 3 seconds. With the information in hand and another bit of gossip, I can't wait to share it with Albert. I can't wait to see his reaction to the news. I bet he scoops me up with the biggest hug and smothers me in kisses as if our job well done. Oh, how exciting! This might just be the grain of rice that tips the scales in our favor. Now back. I awaken to the sound of pain, more specifically the groans of pain except my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts. Hurts a lot, and sleeping on the second-hand employee couch probably is not the finest choice of rest. The nap was definitely a necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and won't for a few weeks to come. But sleep didn't make my muscles any less achy. If anything, I got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. But right now, I got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of retro game fun is what matters most. Beep beep, Albert, you should probably be getting up now. I'm up. I'm up. Goody! So have you given a thought about how you're going to win over Sue's favor once you confront her? Well, usually I just stumble through things and decide stuff like that on the fly. Oh, that's no good. You know the intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? What, like where I can go for broke if I'm cautious kind of person? Well, not so much you can't, more that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People see right through it. And I bet Sue will know if you're play acting as something you aren't. This will be a super intense identity situation. Sis, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score. Not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Albert. I'm just trying to help you out, make a decision that will save retro game fun, and that means being true to your spirit. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations right now, your best bet to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job opening your hearts to others and getting them to empathize with you. Do that with Sue and just be your friend in no time. Uh-huh. If I don't want to take that approach, it's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Albert. Remember, my numbers and score only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a casual relationship. With the help of your friends, you can get some ideas, nudge things around a bit until you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now. Oh my gosh, I've got news for you. As she rushes to my side, sweeps me up in a hug, someone delicately crushing me into her. It's nice to feel her warmth cocooning me. I gently move myself away to peer at her smiling face, eagerly awaiting the word. Well? What's supposed to kill me? Is it good news or bad news? Please tell me it's good news. Queen Bee and I heckin' did it. We confronted the little chainsaw and convinced them to give us the DL. I pretended to be brave, but Queen Bee was a total badass, as per usual. So, we for sure know where their secret hideout is, and you'll never believe this. Ashley looks around briefly, making sure there's no other prying ears, and leans in. Her hushed words tickle my ear. We know her real name. It's Tsunami. I just joked by side. Yep. Tsunami? We've been assuming all along that the ghost monsters were guns for hire, paid off by Deoc Nami to ruin the opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter, would she ever betray her own father? This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. A mercenary hacker had convinced her to pray her boss, but a dutiful daughter would be less likely to do so. Deco didn't seem particularly enamored by the ghost monsters, though. Even if it means breaking up a family member, maybe I can use that drive to wedge maybe I can use that to drive a wedge between them. Either way, this just goes a whole lot more complicated. Okay, this changes everything. It's absolutely bonkers, right? I would have never guessed that. Not in a million years. This makes things sort of complicated, doesn't it? How are we supposed to convince her now that we know that family, blood is thicker than water? Well, we'll just have to make our water real thick, like a slushy. You know, I know you're thinking of something, Albert, and when you do, I want to be there right alongside you the whole time. I never want you to leave my side. I want you by my side, Ashley. Always. You give me strength and happiness I thought I could never have. I feel the same way about you, too. I know it sounds silly and cliche, but you complete me. And completely, I'm ready to be with you through anything life sends at us. And I'll be with you as long as I live. Together, we are in this together, you and I, forever. Forever. All this mushy stuff is fantastic. Maybe we should save it for afterward? What's the plan anyway? Alice told me I only got one chance at this, that I need to go with whatever I do best. But if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. I don't have a concert one yet. I'm open to ideas. How would you handle this? Sue's a colorful girl. She's got spunk and she's got sass. I think you should play to those strengths and joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics at our own, we just might best start our own to the game. Sue likes games not being a butt of her own game. There's got to be a better way. Yes, mischief criminals with more mischief. No one can outplay me. I'm Albert, arcade manager, lover of Ashley Wolf, and all-around cool kid. That's what I'm talking about. I should take my hand in hers, and in a jovial manner ends on this here sound. She looks assuredly into my eyes. I will follow you into the depths of hell. Hopefully this hideout isn't located in some sort of fire or death, but I appreciate the sentiment. And I appreciate everything you've done for me. Ashley closes the distance between us and our lips touch. It's a long, passionate kiss, one that I never want to end. But I know it must. Ah! Ashley pulls back, her cheeks flushed and her hair playfully falls into her face. I know the stuff you gotta do before you go. So I won't start any longer. I believe in you. We all do. She places one more sweet kiss upon my lips and leaves. Well, this is it, isn't it? Either we start this mess out, or retro game fun crashes and burns, or I get killed. I guess there's always an option, considering we're about to confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I didn't want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise. But well, if this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march toward them, if only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. Crowd my questions, I thump swing my way out of the carcade, probably to break down some folks. Let's see, we already talked to Ashley. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Let's talk with Naomi. Naomi would be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her and see how she feels all about this. No. Looks like she's happy tinkering with some old 1980 arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hi, Albert. Good to see you. I remember when I first met her, she'd jump into surprise if I approached her like this. Seems like these days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading over to talk to Sue soon, so I just want to talk a bit before I go. Sure, I'm sure you'll do great. In all the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever seen, at least. If anybody can sway her on our side, it's you. I mean, look at all this. She gestured on his wide to her surroundings. What, your workshop? No. I mean, retro game fun itself. Look at everything you built. And how you do it? By talking to people. Helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. It's just me, Naomi, an ordinary person with a big heart. Naomi, I'm just me. Little old me. I've got a big heart and I wear it on my sleeve, but it's up to the others to decide if they want to do the same and join me. So far it's worked out okay. But tonight, I don't know, maybe I'm not up for this. Tonight, Sue will see your heart and know you're in right while her father is in the wrong. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Albert. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall in that trap. So when I say you're a great person, take that as a compliment. Okay, then. So I think I should approach you. Well, if it was me, I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day, honestly. I'd never miffed about it. I'd probably go at him like fireball, because I'm downright fierce. But honestly, probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is a better path. You got a steep hill to climb. Make her flip on not only her opponent partner in crime, but on her own family. So you're going to have to try to understand her heart. She kept saying she likes our arcade. Play into that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Okay, I'll consider playing nice. Challenging her ego, insulting her, and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right. I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in, but I know that's wrong. Even if we're never her friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I'm gonna get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to socket themselves. Even if the arcade includes down, I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do, Albert. Best of luck. Hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? Sure. What's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-grubbing, prize game-loving stick in the mud, but... Well, ever since Retro Game Fun and all of us working together, I don't know. Maybe soften up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Do you think you'd be the kind of person to pull the argument outside sound like him? No. We've got to stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Nami returns to her work. Oh, also, I don't want to talk to you before we leave. I want to talk to Gavin. I find Gavin looming on a large arcade floor behind the ticket desk, seeming to be inspected. So, our complications have developed. Complications. Seems to be the case. And you'd like my advice on the matter. Seems to be the case. To be clear with you, be honest, and be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you. If you let her make the first move, you can counter-move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use the talent to let her set up her own traps and step into them. Treat her with respect, but in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager. I'd like to believe that. If you take the situation seriously and approach with a clear mind, I have no doubt you win the day. Agreed? Not sure about that? I'll consider other options. I don't know if taking a high-minded intellectual approach is going to work with you. I'll consider it, but maybe not. As you like. I'll make sure you think of something. You know, when you first came to Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I assumed you'd just fill a seat and do the low-level labor while I focus on higher-order management tasks. So I largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect, but I can't help but have to come to know you over the time we spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken an opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either. But I know if this is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you'll be capable of doing it. Thank you, Gavin. Your respect means a lot to me. You were doing a terrific job before I came along, too. Don't sell yourself short, Gavin. You're keeping the Funplex afloat before I came along. Everybody looked up for you for leadership and guidance. Yes, well, I still feel I came up short. All I could do was tread water. You were the one who helped us swim for shore. Also, I'm bad with metaphors. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Retro Game Fun? Proud. Do us all proud. We're all counting on you. Naomi especially. I swear to protect her dream once. Even if I've been inadequate to the task, I know I'll truly understand her heart. I hope she can forgive me for my earlier mistakes. Now that we're pulling together for Retro Game Fun, I must admit a fondness. Have you told her that? Well, no, perhaps I should. Ahem. Not that I mean to distract you, as you were. Yeah, I knew those two. I want to talk to everyone, because it makes me happy to get to know them. Undoubtedly, Percy's playing Moopy right now. Or not, he seems to be sort of loitering around the Moopy machine. Ah, but you've heard the news, then. That our arch-enemy is the father of our secondary arch-enemy? Yep. Unpleasant business, that. Simple and pleasant. I wish I could offer you boundless enthusiasm and show off confidence, but this whole situation's got rather out of hand, hasn't it? As your business partner, my advice at this stage would be to cash out while you still can. I mean, I know you won't, but that's what I'd suggest. Life is short. Take it from me. Best to make most of what you have to lose at all. So apologies for my inability to offer pep talk. I'm afraid I'm rather melancholy today. It's okay, Percy. I'll take this little problem we're facing. And I'll hold out hope. I'm not certain as to how you'll do this, but I'll hold out hope nonetheless. Well, how would you do it if you're willing to give it a go? Tricky. I don't know how effective it would be, but I try to approach as a friend, connect with Sue on an individual level. It's going to be difficult, mind you. She's young, she's got something to prove. She has a friend she needs to impress. Digging through all that to get her heart, well, you've got a workout cut for you out, yes? It won't be easy, but I think I could do it. I've been considering taking a gentle approach, yeah. Thanks for the advice, Percy. Anytime, love. No matter what, if it turns violent again, you should take the best part of valor and run for it. You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hasting that meeting. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one who seems capable of laughing at it. Maybe I should really try talking to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. We love you. We want you happy and healthy. Can nothing really be done? Are you sure condition is truly a death sentence? Can nothing be really done? Percy, we love you. You're part of the Retro Game Fun family. I'd rather have you here with us, enjoying Moopy rather than attending your funeral. I know everyone else feels the same way. So you're sure there's nothing else to do? He does seem a bit taken back by the outpouring of sentiment and pauses before replying. Well, I suppose it's not like no stone's grown unturned. There are some options. I just don't see any point in taking them. It seems a waste. I'm not all that you seem to think I am, not compared to... So you're saying there are options that you could say that could save you. Could, maybe possibly, and I may consider them perhaps. But our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh on your mind, not for a critical moment. I hear no more of it, understood? Fine. Now go out there and do right by your friends. Save Retro Game Fun. I decided to hold out hope. After all, lovely, isn't it? Who else should I talk to before I leave? Let's work our way, Juniper. Juniper's trying to pay Fast Cars 5 despite being totally lousy at it, which is not helping her frustration level anymore. Stupid razzle-frazzing, mother-loving, slow drivers blocking my lane. This whole situation is total poop butts. So let's not heavy side as I approach. You just dug yourself out of a hole of your life and and now you're gonna lose another arcade? It sucks. Seriously sucks. Retro Game Fun isn't lost yet. But it's not like you have a total plan for how to save it yet, right? Other than go talk to someone who may or may not help. Honestly, that's not much about the plan as I ever have. And right now, it's good as a plan as we're going to get. If we're going in my place, how would you handle this? Well, I guess there's two tricks I'd play. One, she's a teenager, right? A rebel at core. Be a rebel and distant, a clown. Connect with her on the level and make her feel wild too. She's a teenager, right? I remember being used and totally stupid. Let her make a mistake, then outthink her. Keeping calm and using her direct moves. I guess there are wildly different ideas, but hey, one of them will work. I'm not sure. I could outthink her. Sure. When it comes to strategy, I've got more experience under my belt than she'd have. I can outthink her should it come to that. Exactly. You know I'm proud of you. You've come as far as the McFealty family curse days, when you'd blame all your misfortune on the fickle fate. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with the eternal strings. And I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here. I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade. And even if you lose the fight, you'll always have home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on. And you're my best friend, and that will never change. Thank you, Juniper. Your support means a lot to me. You're my best friend forever, my BFF, and that will never change. Oh, you're making me blush, you big goof. Okay, I'm supposed to cheer it up. Thanks for your spirit. Now, get out there and let him have him, Tiger. Who else should I talk to before I leave? Teo! There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo. And when I get there, he's already on the stage grooving to the beat. It's exactly the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do ya? Even when impending doom is nigh? Even when we're about to go head to head too? I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about your facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out of me. That's why I hopped on the Showtime days to quell the anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear my mind and work off the day's stress. Teo watches sweat from his brow and he hops down the cabinet, showing me on the crate floor. Teo's carefree nature shades and he looks at me down the eyes. Albert, you don't realize how you've impacted us all, do you? I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcade. We're all super grateful. Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and keep us from harm. Even when we tend to break the fire codes. I feel like you took the charge for that. And just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew, no, me, I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend. How can I not care for members? Friends are so important to me, though. Through the Funplex, I've made such close ones, too. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Without my friends, I'd be lost. And we'd be lost without you, Albert. Lost in the sea of beeps and boops. I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood, and right now I could use the brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe we should get on the stage and dance. I believe Jose wasn't stressed, and you have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Albert. Not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's your plan? I'm still trying to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Takes a minute to really think about it. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want when they want. They're all about fun, appealing to your sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you act childish as you will. Yeah, that kind of tough for back into doors. I'm the manager of the arcade. Of course I'm all about having a good time. If we can show her we're a better party than our family, she might just join forces with us. Just for the heck of it. That's the spirit. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers has always got your back. You're a part of our community after all, and a bond like that never dies. Thanks for always believing in me. No problem, my friend. Now get out there and show them your moves. Who else do I want to talk to you before I leave? Queen Bee. Obviously, Queen Bee's waiting in discomfort, right? I make my way to FOD count, and I'm in no surprise to see her playing. Oh, this time, it's without fancy rig and camera setup. It's just her. Ah! Hey, peeling against the eye. It's no challenge at all. I could do this with my eyes closed. Hey, kid, jump in there and be my opponent. I know better than to do that, Queen Bee. You would pulverize me inside and out. I'd be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family, huh? Queen Bee defeatedly hits a button combination, which officially takes out her AI enemy. Remove herself from the cabinet, she pulls out her jacket, straightening it out. I'm imagining you going into Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns ablazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think? I think you've been talking too much to Ashley. Her imagination went off on you. Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of competitive streak, right? Be confident. Throw down your best smack talk. She won't be able to fight against it. She'll easily see you're superior to Daddy Dearest. I don't think Sue would appreciate that. As much as I like you, Sue doesn't really see the spotlight being taken from her. I think it's a better way to handle this. You might be right. No matter how you decide to take Sue out, one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first started the fun fight, I thought you were going to be an easy fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. That's supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid, let me finish. But as I got to know you, you weren't just another fan. You are a true friend. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look for you in frustration. Me? But I'm just Albert. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Watching you overcome your fears and fight for retro game fun makes my soul burn. It makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So when you go in there tonight, don't have any doubt, you're a badass person. And even more badass friend. You're fucking on. Queen Bee, I'm so happy you as a friend. You show me the wild side of tournaments, victories combined with a whole lot of swears. I never had the chance to experience that if not for you. You're too sweet, kid. I'm glad you get to see what it's like to be an E-star superstar. But seriously, you're the superstar. Okay, I can't handle more of this. Okay, I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. It's gonna ruin my reputation as the most radical person here. You can't have that. I don't think anyone believes you are less radical. Thanks, kid. Now go and do your thing. Oh, and don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta. Who else do I want to talk to before I leave? I'm ready. No sense putting off any longer. I talked to everyone that I wanted to. I gathered as much information as I could. I just landed the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this for my sake of my future, my games, my friends, my friends' dreams, and we're trying fun itself. I take Destiny's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips. We're ready to part and face our destiny together. Put up your dukes! It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monster HQ, a rundown warehouse in the bad side of town. A wooden sign, long since fallen off the side of the building, identifies its belongings to Nostalgia Commodities Incorporated. Spoopy. I wonder how many scary ghosts haunt this place. Traditionally, it's 13 ghosts, right? Does that include the ghost monsters? Oh yeah, how can I forget about them? Including them, I reckon there are 18 ghosts. 18! But still, too many ghosts for my liking. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns this building anyway. Correct. Nostalgia Commodities Incorporated is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace, LLC. Oh great, another obstacle in our path. It's one more thing binding Sue to Deco. Don't give up yet, Albert. I'm right beside you and I'm not going anywhere. Although I'll leave you to do the speaking, you're much better at socializing with enemy than me. And I'll speak up if you notice anything tough. Oh gosh, it's now or never. I said I was looking for my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm never sure, but I know what I have to do. I settled down on my crutches. I'm resting on the padding, and I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris, kind of to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which would be useful for your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success. Or IRIS for short. Hey, when you have a great acting ability, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something different. Let's take a closer look at your current score. Currently, you have 0 points. You have a 0.0 chance of success. Yay? Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it like this. I walked away right now. I failed miserably instead of, I'm doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there's a chance you could actually fail this time, rather than assume you can mumble your way through this problem, would you like me to back up your data first? Save the game. Yes. You are now ready to proceed. Good luck. Take a deep breath. I swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. Battle time! Let's do this. I don't know what I expected to be entering the lair of the notorious gang of cyber criminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivaled my own was not high on the list. If this was a dumping site for the warehouse of Deco's industry, it makes sense, though a place where old arcade comes to die turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized main of games litter the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functioning. Only some of the screens are on, and many have serious ghosting and burn-in. As for the Ghostbusters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival yet. Oh, it's Pac-Man, literally. Our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. Huh, it's distracted. That's good news. The bad news? They're distracted because they have a visitor. How unfortunate, I have to say, Sue. I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle for down here. Hidden in the shadows, it sounds like the old man is ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I can stay hidden and eavesdrop on the conversation to gather some more information. Or I could announce myself and barge in on them both at risky. But which makes more sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have? Eavesdrop. I'm always around to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows above the catwalk above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I pay rather rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do. Some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell the angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well. I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail, let you skip school as often as you want. And told, I feel I've been a bit lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Like you know the first thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look at your little friends, look at me. Rolling Sue's meat eyes with father. Yes, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. All I want from you is so very, very little. Is what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for a retro game fun? Or you do really want me to pull back on all my support of your little gang? Leave it twisting in the wind at the mercy of a cybercrime task force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, not by choice, and she hates it. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on, I almost died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there, I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away. Really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up some school brats? I don't want your damn empire. Speak up, I said! Quit looking at the floor! And we lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hands go to her hips in an overly confident fashion as she bends over like a child finding a liquid pin on the sidewalk. Well, 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 what do you know? Crap, she spotted us. Inky, Blinky, we have guests. She's now bringing a sudden order of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father and Goot swarm flanking us. We're quickly hustled up the stairs, well, as quickly as I can manage my crutches. Now it's time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. It's an odd welcome app, but I'll take it. Sue, Deco, good to see you. Apologies for barging in this late hour late, but you're a little difficult to track down, I found. Deco's face twisted in a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here. If any record ends up online... Jeez, Dad, relax. Relax. Clyde. Got cute. Clyde steps out of the showers, their fingers dancing on their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both have phones. One has an iris assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no variable data evidence of their conversation uploaded anywhere. I can stop Albert Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack his account if you need me so we can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with Mr. Fealty's already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. It's clear we'll never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. I came here tonight to have a chat with... Wait for it. Your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well. You're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out. You know, honestly, I like you.
50%.
I like your arcade. It's super rad. And I appreciate you didn't just kick me out. You were willing to give me a second chance. I
She cast a side glance at her father.
Didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away, figuring I'd done what I had to do and could leave it all that. But you didn't finish the job. Retro game fun still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last effort to save it. I see your game, Mr. McFealty. It's obvious as the sad little strategic move you made far to keep your arcade afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save the retro game fun from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, she's trying to finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but now I have to think of something to calm attention. I step forward, my fish clench ready. But before words escape me, someone is by my side. Sue, pay no attention to that old fuddy-duddy. All your dad does is make everything messy, and that's no fun at all. Meanwhile, look at yourself. You aren't anything like him. You're cool, you're hip, you're fun. And that's all you, girl.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jails. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times.
I hate Deoc Nami, but I hate him. But as a character, I love him. I hate him as Albert, but as a primary character villain, a businessman who uses the market and the world in his favor, is terrifying.
Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief.
Fuck off!
Simple friends.
The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deco. The Clearwater pounce, but they hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her.
Do you?
I appreciate her nefarious talents.
Do you? Are you sure?
Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense. In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all.
Mother knows best. One way and another, something will go wrong, I swear.
And controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it. And you can't win. Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like. Perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Fuck off! Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it. Fine, Inky, Pinky, bounce them both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures to their buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible, to flip and control on her father freak. Control on a freak of a father. And it has to be something absolutely true to my core, who I become as a person. It's time for Al McField to pull one more out of her hat. You're stronger than him, Sue. You don't need Deco. He needs you, and I can help you see that. This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm not talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, though our recent interaction, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing this dirty laundry. If you'll hear me out, I know I can help you see that, too. You're stronger than Deco, and you don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into pace, well, I stand on one foot, arms wide to make the biz easy for here. Do as you wish. Alright, are you quite done babbling yet? Get this over with, Sue. I'm done with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to stick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You're afraid Albert will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear? Well, I want to hear this out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh. The adults are talking. Deca's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taking the floor. Deca's crossed his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Albert. Okay. You got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into Picasso. Say what you came to say, but if I'm not, like, super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door, or possibly out the window. This is it. My chance to convince you I've had to do this, and it's not just me. I love Ashley beside me, lifting me up. I look over my love in my heart and smile. Deep breath. Count to 10. Refocus myself. I saw my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue and empathize with her. It's not just about convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare truths emotional on her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone, who simply shrugs, we're entering a far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's not the best I can on my own. You have 4 more attempts to swing Sue. Reminder, she almost got killed. I think that's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know what that lovely Chainsaw Terry when he asked us to go into retro game fun. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care. Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts pretending to be menace to society. Then nothing. I like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. The giggly gathered of girls proved to be a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter would have peed her pants in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger if you hadn't startled her. Making some assumptions there, Deco. For all you know, they're stone cold to the core, and now you're pushing for her to go back into the turf. A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If she can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she'll be ready to inherit my empire. Am I a harsh tutor? Perhaps. But I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears, worthy of a challenge to come in running Deco's palace. Sue, do you want to own Deco's palace? Is that your future? Sue Nami, owner of Deco's palace. It feels weird when I say it. But let's hear your thoughts. Sue, do you want to run your father's empire? Well, he's mega rich, and I get all his power when he croaks. Yes, well, aside from that, it's a lot of all that to brush aside, you know. You could do a lot with the resources you got. And you'd have to run a Sears arcades you'd actually hate. Casinos with no love for the kind of games you'd hoarded here. Well, okay, running the palace would suck. But I can always sell it for cash and buy myself an island. What? Or heck, I could crash and burn his entire empire. Let's start my own arcade on my own terms. There's just so much possibility if I grit my teeth and tolerate him until he inevitably drops dead of butt cancer or something. Yeah, sounds good. But I need to stick by this old bastard if I'm gonna get his moolah. Sorry, and maybe one day we could open an arcade together. Pretty sure that's the opposite of the effect I was looking for. Flatterigo. Let me get this straight, Sue. You're a teenager prodigy, capable of making computers and security systems dance to your whim. You got more self-taught skills than any most college graduates will ever have. You command a powerful gang capable of smashing down any challenge about getting in their way. What's more, you've got friends. People willing to go to the law for you. There's a fire in your spirit and will to overcome to survive. And you stand there staring at the floor going, yes, Daddy, when this dumpy-looking cumbivore guy lures you around? Hey, watch it! Nobody pushes me around, okay? Nobody! Our interests concede, that's all. He provides me the resources I need to keep rolling over anyone and everyone that gets in my way. Precisely. He's an asshole, to be sure, but he's my father. You think he makes me weak? No, in way. We're both powerful. We can do anything. Okay, this is backfiring. I was hoping to stroke her ego, but she's gone to shot. I need to recover. Love you. What? You need more than resources. You need love and compassion. I'm not saying you're incapable. I'm saying you don't need him. My point is that you're weak. My point isn't that you're weak. It's that you're stronger than him. You don't need Deco. You're strong, capable, independent, and all those things he claims he provides, you can provide for yourself in a pinch. I've felt the kind of fire you've got in your heart, Stu, and I know it can take you anywhere you want to go. Especially if where you want to go is jail. Let's put a high-minded idealism aside and talk about practical reality, shall we? Because in reality, Sue needs someone with my power. Otherwise, I'm afraid she'd be quite doomed. Look at you, Albert. Could you have gotten where you are today with the support of your friends, your allies, strength and independence are virtues, but so is pragmatism. So it's knowing when to forge a strong alliance. And sadly, your alliance is weak. Your arcade is failing. Whereas my star is perpetually on the rise. Sue knows I'm the only one who can keep her safe because I have power. I have strength. All you have is a series of failed business ventures and high-minded idealism. Sue, do you feel that upstart could possibly protect you from the inevitable? No, probably not. You seem cool and all, but you don't have the kind of pull. Oh, but I don't think I was able to make my case carry that one. Okay, I haven't gone down, which is nice. Pillar love arcades. You love arcades. You got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, I look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here. All of your friends have fun, place to relax, and enjoy themselves. It's not that great. A lot of games are busted. Seriously? You think you'd appeal to a lovely piece of garbage? The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find space in a landfill for them. And my cast-offs. What's to love? Damn it, Dad. They're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day. It was a treat. I could have fun, enjoy all these great games. I felt special, like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good, like you were these amazing people I could look up to. But then you start throwing them out, replacing them with slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing you losing your deck of switch tactics. And I gave you the games you loved, see? They're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave them a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough to go to their subs. Not to come down about it. So he generously gave you his garbage. Deco, you can't have it both ways. Are the games pure garbage, suitable for nothing but a landfill? Or are they treasures to bestow upon your daughter? I can't say I'm impressed if you think the arcade version of a pile of used tissues is worthy gift for loved ones. Exactly. Albert gets it. I can see through your shit, old man. You hate arcades. Only reason you run one is cash flow. Sucker born every minute, right? Even if the sucker you prey on are kids, you don't give a damn. And all about the bottom dollar and nothing more. So not only you be nice and give me gifts, I rescue these games from you, but I've done so much for you, given you many gifts, even beyond the games. So not cheering up for my piano recital in 4th grade, was a gift? How about when you told me to make do with shirts with holes in them because you didn't want to splurge on new clothes? I was teaching you, independence, strength of character. You taught me all I can do is rely on myself because you don't want to offer me shit. And yet you expect me to fall in line when you need something. Starting to see the inequality here, Pops. Good, that's good. That's got Sue on my side. You have one more attempt to wait, Sue. So it's 25, 57, 100%. Hey, Sue, you like retro game fun, right? I'd offer you a second chance before it still stands. I'd welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with retro game fun, you can swing by anytime you like. I'll even copy some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely. Except for, the small problem with letting Chainsaw's line and wait to finish the job and put me in the church. A friend that's a couple bucks to tokens wouldn't go really far in paying for my funeral. I appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back, band or not. There's a bigger thing to play than what I want, though. But, sure as Anne's shutting me down. Done talking about this. We done? Damn. I honestly thought it'd work. But she's shutting me down so fast, I doubt she'd want to push me any harder. But we're getting another word and Sue waves her hands and interrupts me. Okay, enough. I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for my decision. You made your case, Dad, and so have you, Albert. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious. It's patently obviously at this point, but maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. Well, Albert wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want to play this out? This isn't the moment of truth. Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save retro game fun, or was it all for nothing?
You know what? You, Dad.
There we go.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life. Every dirty deal I've ever helped him
Ah, yes.
and believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can see this entire mess as your fault.
I'd like to see you try, ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible
Daddy Dearest made me do it.
of your innocence?
She snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris, would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, I purposely recorded Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
She knows I'm the only thing standing between her and her jail sentence. My power, my money, my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and
Mm-hmm.
She knows that I hate her,
Mm-hmm.
and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me.
Naturally.
And once I do my hair and pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
Yeah. No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all our recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning. Just block her from uploading your recordings anywhere. She's still listening the whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Deoc Nami archives of 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, Esports Center, and HGTV, trademarked. Home and garden television? I figured the 2 guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show. Well, that said, all 2 turns a smug, satisfied smile toward his doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad. You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or 2 in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Inky? Blinky? Yeah, boss? Show my father the door, gently. Don't leave any marks, at least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deoc Nami. I am the arcade business.
Are you? Inky was the interesting Deco by the arm, but I just can't let him go with my 2 cents. Game over, Deco. You lose. I put on an expression of so smug it could smother a city. Game over, Deco. You lose.
You insignificant little.
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this.
Can you?
I can still.
As the ghost must remove Deco from the society, instantly the entire atmosphere of the place changes, and a great width dilutes it. I can be more relieved and relaxed on his side. I'm not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting to say the least. I think you'd better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until our heat clears off. Maybe approximately my batting my eyelashes a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Alright, Albert, you're still here. So, Clyde likes Sue. Got it. You. Oh, I knew you were special. I knew it from the day 1. If the heat ever cools off and we make amends with the lovely chainsaws, I might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
Yes, yep, we're also triangles and circles. Square, we're square, circle, rhombus, and octagon. We're up, down, left, right, BA, start, BA, square.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! You did it! You actually did it!
Yep. Ashley, you helped me too. You helped too, we did it. Together.
We did, didn't we? You know, we make a pretty perfect team, you and I. Me and you.
Mhm.
And now that the evil hath been vanquished, a new calm will spread across the arcade lands.
Yep.
Truth everywhere will thrive, and the people will prosper.
And Deoc Nami will be going out of business. We can finally live happily ever after.
I'd like that.
Ooh, cutscene time. The next few days passed in a blur. Chop! Kill screen. The next few days passed in a blur. That morning, we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade. Before it even opened, Sue's care package of bad news that went up on the wire caught their attention. Mr. McFealty! Mr. McFealty! Is it true that Deoc Nami organized a gang to down your arcade? How do you respond to the allegations that Deoc Nami is involved in an international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? What is your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard into the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mr. Fame's article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I've given so many interviews the days I lost my voice. Fortunately, Ashley was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onward. Everyone loved to see a fallen fan and entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Deoc Nami is now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter the official police report response was generic. We were still investigating the claim the court of public opinion had decided. Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a televised press conference 2 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how powerful and routinely targeted for harassment.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, what? No!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something.
He told me that if I didn't commit a crime, he'd take away my food. I never wanted to. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and to get a normal job like anyone else.
Thank you, Sue. Larger line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence and all the same. Who knows, maybe Sue got ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. The Deco Palace board of directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he just vanished into the gust of the judicial system. The arcade is already established, still out there. It's still powerful, it's still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's slowly treading water. Who knows, maybe one of the traditional arcades will overtake what he's left behind. As for retro game fun, we're a small arcade, but our prize games are still top-notch. We offer some really nice stuff and genuinely enjoyable activities, like Gavin and Lassie wanted. There isn't a weekend that goes by without some kid's birthday rolling through here, and nobody goes away unhappy. We've been making more money, sure, but the smiles we make, those are priceless. But the arcade, in the end, is less important to the people who call it home. Yay! Cosplay connection! I didn't expect how retro game fun exploded into popularity after we took Deco down. With the newfound fame came people loving everything about the arcade, including Ashley's mascot. Kids and adults alike adored them. We ended up making plushies, posters, action figures, t-shirts, everything with the mascot, and people gobbled it right up. How the profits are from merch alone. Watching Ashley watch people love these creations filled them with such excitement that we started working on a secondary mascot to be a retro game fun next month. Complete with a backstory.
This is going to be the best costume I've ever made.
I love them. And you did it all while believing in yourself and your talents. I'm so proud of you.
And I'm so proud of you that you offered to wear it at the grand reveal.
Oh!
You're going to look cute as a button in this.
What is it? And with you, Krausen, I would expect nothing less.
Just think, after we debut this new arcade hero, we will be an unstoppable duo. People will do all sorts of music
Aw.
for these characters. Maybe they'll even make an anime about it.
Regardless, I'm sure people will love this as much as I love you. Now, harm me those buttons and hot glue gun. We've got a costume to complete. Iris explained to me that irises, being adapted software, eventually become more and more like their users. It seems my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit. Naomi kept retro game fun going for years and years. This was her dream, and to find a cozy little place she could call home, and maintain her beloved old games from the rest of her life. I was only happy to help that dream come true. But as time goes on, it's going to get harder and harder to keep these classics alive and kicking. But I'm ready, I'm excited, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve for keeping the spirit of the arcade going forever. Eventually she formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one which she let make a safe place to get to know each other, and be part of a crowd of her own terms. With Retro Game Fun as our headquarters, she really going places. Percy only had 2 years left to live, but with the assist of Retro Game Fun and with the encouragement of all our friends, he decided that wouldn't be enough. My mind's made up, I'm going to seek more treatment. I don't want this to end, I don't want to say goodbye to you all. He'd live many years to come, thanks to a renewed push to take care of his condition. Happy years spent with all of us. As for Moopy, well, with all the time in the world, he took his time, paced himself, and eventually beat the score. Although I'm also not sure what to do with the rest of my life. Suppose we'll just have to see when we see. When the 4 Heavenly Kings invited her to live and play at their team house, Queen Bee instantly said yes. Listen, kid, I'm sad to leave you, but I'm gone. But I'm not gone never. This is my true home, and you're my family. I'm going to come back and visit. And often. And that she did. She stops by as much as her schedule allows, and even brings some other big names to the arcade. We always live stream our matches on the big screen, cheering her on for all the while. This one is dedicated to Albert and everyone else at Retro Game Fun. Couldn't have done it without those amazing friends of mine. We always keep visits together warm and ready for our next visit. Although the good times and bad times, you were stuck by me, my BFF for life. I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in. You went for it, and you did it. You made it happen. I'm lucky I got even a small part of that. A large part of that, I'd say, wouldn't be here now without you. Hey, I'll take credit for you. I'll take credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper, the life coach. And I'll be in your corner until you're dead. Hopefully later rather than sooner, though. Gavin stood by us as we rose out of the ashes of Deco's onslaught, but eventually, he chose to leave Retro Game Fun. He'd always been a bit distant, true. Perhaps if it was time to move on, or perhaps he didn't find what he was looking for with us. We parted on good terms and went off to further his career somewhere else. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive for Retro Game Fun until he got offered a job at the regional community manager. Teo put his crewmate D in charge here, and he set off traveling and organizing dancing tournaments around the world. He's doing what he loves, connecting with all sorts of people. I guess he never connected enough with anyone here to stay around. Whatever was that by again? Hop on stage and show us his moves. Love and friendship in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Retro Game Fun? Thank you, Retro Game Fun. My spirit is restored, and my future is bright. At last I can say, I am truly happy. I'm happy. I'm finally truly happy with who I am and where I am. I fought hard for this, and it was a great effort. But happiness is my reward for this day, and every day to come. Ah, it sucks. Thank you for playing. I wish we could see the costume that we made as a kid. Oh, hello. This is an outrage. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me. I'm well aware of who you are. Good. Then you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True. If you are officially under arrest. Technically, this facility doesn't exist. Neither do I. What? You can't do this. If I prefer, I would hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I'd like to know about a tiny little detail bearing all the files your daughter posted online. Specifically, the 1980 playtests. The what? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Sin, Solation, Pride, and Joy. You hosted a secret playtest of that game. Oh, those tests. Sorry, but I don't see what help that'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the tests were over, the machines were shipped out to their other locations. Exactly. Against our authority. Centralin distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your connections, all your leverage, and every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami, and we want it back. That fucking goddamn game. It comes back to haunt me! Bitch. Game over for real this time. Thank you for playing. Your flex capacitor now charged. On your next playthrough, you can use your mouse wheel to scroll back and forth in time and change your most recent decisions. Would you like to export your current character and story data? You can carry it over to the next game. Arcade Spirit's new challenger. This will overwrite any previously explored data. Yes! Save my data! Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Warehouse render. Naturally, it's Love in a Time of Quarters. And Ashley's concept art. Oh, I love some. I like that. I like this one. I like a couple of the original ones. They look so cool. But thank you guys so much for watching. Up, down, left. Oh. What'd that do? What'd that do? Up, down. What did that do? Oh! That's actually really cool. I like that. Okay. I wonder what that did. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like what I do, you guys can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. YouTube videos I do Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday being my 2-hour-long night. Sunday being my hour-long night. You guys can all follow me on Twitter. I do tweet Sundays, Mondays. Sundays and Mondays. Sunday being a quick TikTok and a link to Saturday's video. Monday being a TikTok and a link to Sunday's video. You guys can also follow me on TikTok. I do TikTok normally before I start streaming on Wednesday, followed by a highlight Thursday, a highlight Saturday, and Sunday. You guys can also follow me on Twitch. I do Twitch streamings Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday being my 2-hour-long night. Thursday being my hour to hour and a half long night. But thank you guys so much for watching. So when we come back, we will be jumping right into the new Challenger, which is their next game, which I have to install. So I need to keep my arcade spirit system running because it's exported my data. But being reason is they tell me that data from this game will transfer into my next game. So if I name my character, what I've heard, the last name of Albert's character, so Albert McFealty. If I name the last name as the same name of McFealty, McFeelty, something should happen. I wonder if it's going to be Ashley and Albert as the kids' parents, but we'll figure that out in the next episode. If you guys have any game recommendations, leave them in the comments below, or worse for them, leave them on Twitch. If you guys like what I do, you guys can follow me on YouTube. As always, you gotta hit that notification button, that bell icon, that subscribe button, that follow button, all the good stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Cry!